Hello and welcome back. So we've reached that time of year again when we've got the Battleforce boxes, which are going on pre-order on Saturday. So what I've got is I've got the pricing. I'm going to break down what the savings are for each individual box. I have pricing in British pounds, US dollars, and in euros. However, what I would say regarding where I got the pricing for this stuff, so £150, all of these boxes are in the UK. That pricing has come from Mad for Miniatures, which is a UK stockist. That is something they put on Facebook. I have heard other rumours that it's 145, but 150 is what I know. I did email another stockist who said that it is £10 to £15 more than last year, and last year it was at 135. So it'll definitely be between 145 and 150. These prices are based on 150. The $240, which is the price for the US ones, that price has come straight from Auspex Tactics. So everybody knows his channel, does fantastic work, and I have lifted the pricing that he mentioned on there, $240. And then euros, it's going to be 185 or 190 euros. That is basically just a calculation from what the normal pricing structure does. So that isn't confirmed by any sense, but $190 is what I'm basing the figures on here. That is what I expect it to be. So these numbers are 150 and 240 almost certainly going to be exact. Room for a little play if necessary. So based on those prices, let's go through it. So we'll start with the Adepta Sorus Battleforce, the Penitent Crusade host. So this consists of a Minister and Priest, 2 Penitent engines, 9 Sisters Repentia with their Superior, 10 Arcoflagellants, and 2 of the Rhinos. So basically, the value if you bought this lot separately is £215, or $347.50, or €283.25. So basically, in the UK, you save 30% or £65.50. In the US, you save 31% or $107.50. And in euros, you're saving 33%, which is €93.25. Next up, we have the Imperial Knights Battleforce, the Valor Strike Lance. So basically, it's a Knight Paladin and 4 Armiger Helverins. So basically, the total value of this is £225, meaning you'll save 75 quid or 33%. $368 or 35%, $128 saved. Or €295, that's a saving of €105 or 36%. So that's the best saving out of the two so far. I will mention that I go through the contents in terms of the models. Lots of these boxes have transfer sheets in them. I haven't included the price in the breakdown here. But yeah, so moving on, Necrons Battleforce, the Hypercrypt Legions. So a reminder, these boxes are £150, $240 or 190 euros. So contained in this box, you've got a Catan Shard of the Void Dragon, 10 Triarch Praetorians, an Overlord with Translocation Shroud, and 10 Necrons with their Canoptek Scarab Swarms, 3 of those. Just a reminder as well, everything in these boxes is the full kits. So if there's a unit in here which doubles up as something else, it will include the parts for that something else as well. So there'll be full kits, not just to make what is mentioned here. So example of that is that the Triarch Praetorians can also be built as Lich Guard. So anything in this collection which can double up with something else, it does include all the extra options there. So basically, in the UK, you'll say the total value is £208, so you're saving 58 quid or 28%. In the US, it's $339.50, so you'll save $99.50 or 29%. And in euros, it's 261 euros value, so you're saving €71 or 27%. Next up, the Tau Empire Battleforce Retaliation Cadre. So UK, you're saving £61 or 29%. In the US, $95 or 28%. And in euros, €78 or 29%. Next up, we have the Dark Angels Battle Force, the Inner Circle Task Force. So this contains Lionel Johnson, a Terminator Chaplain, 6 of the Inner Circle Companions, so that's 2 sets of 3, and 2 sets of 5 Deathwing Knights. So this will save you £83.50 or 36%. That is the largest saving you can make in the UK on any of the 40k battle forces. In the US, you'll save $114 or 32%. And in euros, you will save €105, 36%. So that is all of the 40k ones so far. So in terms of the 40k ones, we'll move on to Age of Sigmar in a second. But in terms of the 40k ones, I think the most important, the most interesting one here is probably for me Dark Angels. I really like the look of that. If you have a basic Tower Force and you're looking to fill it out with plenty of battle suits and that kind of thing, this is a good option. Necrons, so if you, for example, picked up maybe the Indomitus box a few years ago and you haven't got a great deal of extras, this will bring you a lot of things you might not already have. So the Void Dragon wasn't in that box, neither were the Praetorians or the Overlord, but you know, you could always do with a few more Necron warriors. But yeah, so lots to look at really. I don't actually know anyone who plays Imperial Knights. I've never actually seen any battle with them, but you know, if that's your bag or you want to get into it, there's a good place to start. And of course, the Adepta Sororitas. So if you look at things like the combat patrol boxes and other boxes that have gone previously, this is going to fit in well with them because it doesn't really include a lot of what's gone together in previous value boxes and that kind of thing. So when they had their big launch box, for example, a few years ago, this I don't think contains any of that stuff. So yeah, lots of interesting options for 40k. Just a little reminder to let people know the best way to support the channel is by liking and subscribing, and of course using my Element Games affiliate link, which you can find in the pinned comment or in the description. So anyone who uses that, I appreciate it forever. Funny enough, Element Games still has a few of last year's and the year before's Battle Force boxes. So if you're interested in Imperial agents, if you go on to Element Games now, you can still get previous Battle Force boxes, which I was very surprised at. Okay, so let's move on to Age of Sigmar. And we'll start with the Ironjawz Battle Force, the Wrecker Mob. So again, the prices are exactly the same. Reminder, £150, $240 or €190. So let's go through it. This is a good looking box here, really. You've got 20 yard boys, 2 sets of 3 Weird Brute Wreckers, and then that Tusk Boss on Morgrunter. And again, that will build any of the Tusk boxes. That will build any of the Tusk bosses that are available. So you can look. So it covers all of that stuff. So you're saving £54 or 26%, $85 or 26%, or €72.50 or 28%. Now, interestingly, there is much less, well, not much less saving. There is a few percent less saving broadly on the Age of Sigmar stuff compared to the 40k, which I was a little surprised at. Next up, we've got the Flesh Eater Courts. So we've got the Grand Justice Gorain with 2 sets of 3 of the Morbeg Knights, 10 Crypt Guard, and 2 sets of 3 Crypt Horrors. So this will save you £55.50 or 27%, $94 or 28%, or €75, 28%. Moving on to the Cities of Sigmar, the Founding Foray. This is good, but it contains a few units that have been in other collection boxes and that kind of thing. So if you haven't collected any Cities of Sigmar before, in terms of kind of collection boxes or anything like that, this is a good place to start. So there's quite a lot in this box actually. So you've got a Free Guild Marshal with his Relic Envoy, 10 Free Guild Fusiliers, an Iron World Great Cannon, a Fusel Major on Ogre Warhawk, 5 Free Guild Cavaliers, and the Free Guild Command Corps. So that is a saving of £59.50 or 28%, €104 or 30%, €79.50 or 29%. That is the best. It's almost the best of the savings for Age of Sigmar. The best saving is in the Maggotkin of Nurgle, the Shudderblight Cyst. This is the box that I'm most interested in because I've got some Nurgle stuff, but I don't actually have any of this except for the Rotmire Creed. So you get 10 of those in. Those are the Warcry Rotmire. So those are, in terms of battle line force, they're not great to be fair. But they are certainly nice models. So you get those, you get the Harbinger of Decay, which is the horsey dude, 5 Putrid Blight Kings, and 2 sets of 2 Puscoil Blight Lords. So in this lot you save £62 or 29%, $103 or 30%, or €85, that's 31%. So in terms of the Age of Sigmar stuff, I like all of it, to be fair. There's nothing I dislike in any of these boxes. The most interesting for me is probably the Iron Jaws or the Maggotkin. They both have kind of units that I haven't got any of except for those Rotmire that are in the Maggotkin. But yeah, those are the most interesting boxes for me. Cities of Sigmar, we've had a few collection boxes and they're Spearhead and all that kind of stuff, and a lot of it is kind of a rehashing of that stuff, but if you haven't gone in with them at all so far, this is definitely a good place to start because you get a good mix of battle line stuff and some like the heavy stuff like the cannon, and you get the Cavaliers as well. So a nice mix there as well. In terms of the rest of them, so yep, the Maggotkin, a nice mix there, various different stuff. Cities of Sigmar we've gone through. Flesh Eater Court. So I'm a big fan of the Crypt Horrors. So that is basically, you can build them like those 3 here in the center, or these kind of big winged dudes to their one there. But they're very versatile box that those come in. So there's lots of different things you can build with those. And I actually don't have the Morpeg Knight Caesar. You get 5 of those. Having said that, I'm not a big fan of Gorain, but yeah, a decent box. And for me, these Iron Jaws, it's all about the Tusk Boss, to be fair, but the Weird Boy Wreckers are incredible as well. Very, very cool. So yeah, so that is all of the Battleforce stuff. Tell me what you think. What are you looking forward to? Do you think these are a good deal? So that's an important question, actually. Do you think these are a good deal? The savings are less than they have been in the past. So it seems like every year the amount saved drops just a tiny bit and a tiny bit. So a few years ago, I was reporting savings of over 40% for these things. Last year, I was talking about savings of 35, 36%, and now we are broadly in the very, very low 30s and the high 28s. So I'm not sure if that's a thing. That's just a conscious thing from Games Workshop to reduce the saving value of these boxes, but it is definitely what's happening. So let me know if you'll be picking any of these up. They are generally very, very popular. I know in years gone by, if you didn't get them in the first 5 or 10 minutes, you didn't get them. Last year it was easier. Last year that was, it was less difficult to get them. I don't know if that's because of the kind of reduction in the kind of percentage saving for each one, or if it was just produced more. So they had more availability for Games Workshop and for the various retailers and that kind of thing as well. But like I say, I hope if you want one of these, you manage to get your hands on one. And if you would use my Element Games affiliate link, I'll love you forever. But yeah, it'll give you at least a 15% saving on the prices I've mentioned. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Much appreciated. Have a great day, and I'll catch you later.